What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon Omega Ruby walkthrough. In the last part, we finished up our exploration kind of side quest, with Waterfall, and then we did Dive last time. And now that the Delta episode is over as well, there's not a whole lot left to do in the post-game. However, the last little chunk of it we are going to be covering today. This has to do with us finally using that SS ticket that's been chilling in our bag. And yeah, you're going to see this giant ship is here now, and basically it's a yacht. And yeah, this is going to be the SS Tidal. So you can either go to the harbor in Slateport City or Lily Cove City. Either way, you will be able to, get on the ship and start heading to the Battle Resort, which is kind of a little big post-game island. Well, actually, we're going to already be there right now. I think you may have to go from Slateport to Lily Cove or vice versa in order to actually fight the trainers on the SS Tidal, which we'll get to. But I guess we're going to start with the Battle Resort. So that's fine. There's not a crazy... Well, there is kind of a good amount of things here. But anyways, first person you'll see is Wally. And he's all excited about being here and whatnot. But he's got to chill out because, hold up, we got, Archie and Team Aqua over here. And Wally nearly, runs him over. Look at that. I mean, no way Wally's supposed to be moving those guys. I mean, look how buff the one dude is. Like, how is little old Wally moving them out the way? But yeah, Team Aqua, Team Magma, they've kind of settled their differences. They're kind of done. But you will get a pretty nice Mega Stone here. It's actually going to be the Sharpedo Knight, I think is what Mega Sharpedo Stone is, if you're playing Omega Ruby. And then you'll get the camera update in Alpha Sapphire. So yeah, you're kind of getting the other Mega Stone from the evil team. And yeah, Archie, we get it now. You're not trying to make the whole region water again, which, don't get why you were trying to do that in the first place. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good Wednesday. First episode I'm recording in college now. Yeah, back in college for yet another semester. And we are here once again. So... if I sound a little bit different, just because I'm in a different little setup. Still trying to get used to my setup and whatnot. Hopefully I ain't getting no noise complaints this year either. But I didn't get any last year, so I should be fine. The good news is I've already done 2 streams in here as well, and I'm typically louder when I'm doing live streams. So, recording walkthrough episodes, I think we should be chilling. But here we go, the Battle Resort. Pretty nice tropical area. You can kind of see on the mini-map, we're like southeast of Pacific Log Town. And here you're going to learn a bit about the Battle Mason, or Mason, I don't know how to say it. I remember, what was it, some video about Pokemon X and Y I made over on the main channel. People went off about the way I pronounced that. But yeah, if you remember, it was in Pokemon X and Y. Kind of acts as like the post-game, battling area here in Hoenn. But, a lot of people don't like it as much as, like, the Battle Frontier or something like that. And you finally get the Versus Recorder, which is usually an item you get, earlier in some other Pokemon games. But yeah, Wally's going to do a bit of exploring, and that's basically what we're going to do right now. We'll kind of take it step by step. So, yeah, we won't be doing a lot of battling until the second half of this video when we actually go on the SS Tidal. Right here, this guy is known as the Judge. He'll be able to kind of look at, I think, your EVs and IVs of your Pokemon and see, like, how competitively viable it is. Is it really going to be the strongest of its kind? Who knows? Anyways, east of here, you're going to find another Pokemon daycare right here. So yeah, there's actually 2 daycares in this game. You can now leave, like, I think you can typically only leave... Is it 4 Pokemon or 2 Pokemon in the Pokemon daycare? But now that you have 2 daycares, you can leave a total of 4 Mons, if you include the one from Route 117 or whatever it is. There is one thing we can do inside, though. I think it's going to be this lady. Yeah, she needs $100, which, if this is the real world, I'm not just handing a stranger $100 unless, I really got the money like that, which I don't right now. But yeah. Pokemon World, we can lend her, quick little 100 Pokédollars, and she'll give you the TM for Swagger, one of my least favorite moves. Fun fact. But anyways, let's head down more so to the beach. There's some more things around here. There's one guy in particular, yeah, this guy right here. So, this guy somehow is going to be able to see our bike, even though we don't have it out right now. And this guy is part of the, there's the Hex Maniac on Route 111 and the Bird Keeper on Route 119, which I think you could have already talked to by this point. And if you now talk, or if you've now have talked to all three of those people, you can go back to Mauville City, go to Ridin, and have both bikes in your back at the same time. Which kind of stinks, because, like, you know, at this point in the game, you don't really need that, but it's cool nonetheless. Here is a familiar face, though. This is a Looker. Yeah, Looker makes a quick appearance in this game. Apparently, he got, like, washed up on shore somehow. And he can't really explain himself too much because this lady finds him and says, like, oh, you know, you need to come to my house because you look bad. Probably because he, you know, was washed up all the way from Kalos or something. Who knows, man? Who knows where Looker just came from? But yeah, so kind of an interesting encounter. I think we'll see him a little later. I think you can actually talk to him. All right, right here, this fairy tale girl, who I always think are creepy. They are going to, she is a master trainer, and there's a master trainer for every typing in this game. Yeah, all 18 types. And I don't remember, are they scattered around the battle resort, or are they scattered around the region? I can't remember, but she is the fairy type master, so you can battle all of the master trainers if you want. I can't remember what you get for doing so, you know, after you defeat all of them, but I won't be doing it in this playthrough, I don't think. Anyways, let's go to this guy's little hut. I mean, he's literally right on the beach, and he is a custodian, and he's just got a bunch of items laying around for you to take. A bunch of pretty solid things as well. They, yeah, they were just left by people on the beach. I think it's going to be a lot of these stat boosting items, which, I mean, you can use. You can also sell them for money. But the big one in the back there you can see sparkling is going to be the Mega Stone for Gengar. Definitely one of the cooler Mega Evolutions. At least its shiny form is pretty dope. You know, the all white is really sick. So anyways, we'll pick up this this last little protein here and then grab the Mega Stone. But yeah, I was expecting to do the SS Tidal first, and then coming here to the Resort Island, but I forgot if you select Resort Island when you're boarding the ship, I think it takes you straight here. Anyways, we are kind of still making our way around the beachy side. And let's see, over here, is this a move tutor over here? I can't remember. Also, I think you might be able to find Pokemon in the, you know, deep sand right there. And no, that's the poison type master, okay. So yeah, I think all the typing masters are literally on the island, which, you know, makes it pretty easy to find them. But as I said, I won't be dealing with the masters in this walkthrough because at the end of the day, it's just some extra battles. Here's the move tutors, by the way. Yeah, you can use battle points from the Battle Mason and use them on the tutors. Anyways, we're gonna sort of go back to where we first entered and finally travel up a bit. The camera angle's kind of strange here on this island. It's just one giant square. But now we're gonna be kind of in the middle level. And there's going to be some more type masters that you can find. I think it's these two right here. This is going to be like the bug and ground type masters. I mean, look, they got a little battlefield even right here. And thankfully these people say, you know, ask you yes or no. Right here is the Battle Mason though, which is what everyone has been talking about. So there's that. Another, I mean, I usually don't do the battle towers or frontiers in these walkthroughs because they're kind of like, you know, they're never ending. You could keep on doing them if you want. This lady will give you a berry, just a different berry from, like, I think she can give you like a total of 6, and she'll give you a different one every day. Also, this guy's sprite is something you don't see very often. He's like a agent or something, a little secret agent. That guy's talking in a different language, so a couple of interesting things going on here in these cabins. I think we're gonna move on to this one next though. And yeah, here we go. We got a Team Magma and Team Aqua Grunt over here, and they're kind of scared because they're like, oh, yeah, they're actually like dating or something like that, and they're like, oh, we're not supposed to be together, but nah, at the end of the day, Team Magma and Team Aqua, they've went their ways, and they're not really hating each other anymore, so they're good. Apparently, these two are just now learning about it. Like, they must have been here at the Battle Resort the entire time. You know, they weren't at the bases or anything, because then I'm sure they would have known it once the two teams disbanded. So they're all good and everything. You can just witness this cutscene. I don't think you get any items. Actually, you might get something out of this. We'll see. So maybe this was a little worth it, you know? Maybe it was. But yeah, after this episode, we're gonna be getting into the, you know, legendary catching stuff, because there are some legends to go after in this game. So, we still have that, but we're definitely, yeah, this guy said, could you come back a little bit later, yada yada. I think, can you leave the house? And then, let's see. Yeah, I think, okay, so you can leave, I'll go ahead and do this. You can leave the house, go heal up at the Pokemon Center, and then they'll have stuff for you when you come back, because for some reason they need like 2 minutes to digest all the new information. But yeah, as I was saying, we're definitely coming towards the end of this walkthrough. Been a good one, though. This is not the final episode, as I said. We'll do some legendary stuff, but I'm still debating. Obviously, we're going to do one of the Alola games next, because we've been going in chronological order. But I don't know if I want to do Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon. You know, Sun and Moon would make more sense because they came out beforehand. However, you know, fun fact, I've never actually beaten Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I may do that instead. I don't know. We'll see. I will have it decided soon. Anyways, yeah, if you have 2 free slots in your party, now that you're back here in this little hut or house or cabin, whatever you want to call it, they'll give you a Camerupt and a Sharpedo. So, yeah, I could try to say yes, but unfortunately I don't have room in my party. Anyways, let's keep going east, and we can go out on some little cabins out here that will, they will be, let's see, they will be, kind of over the water, which is pretty cool, and there's some more things to do. This guy will give you a footprint ribbon, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you have to have any requirements. Yeah, you do have to have your Pokemon, like, raised up a little bit. So, usually you can choose your starter, because by this point in the game, it's been with you the longest. And he'll hand you that ribbon. And then, let's see, I think you can actually get something from this girl as well, who's just chilling here on the corner. She in timeout or something? Yeah, another little thing for a secret base, which never really bothered with secret bases, but hey, I'm gonna show it off nonetheless. Then Looker's actually gonna be over in this cabin over here, so hey, hopefully my man's doing a little bit better. And you do want to spend time talking to him, though, because he has another Mega Stone for you. This is going to be the Mega Stone for Aldino. Yeah, Aldino's like the one mon that I always forget has a Mega Evolution, but that's how you get it right there. I know, like, is Mega Aldino anyone's favorite Mega? Because I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but, like, I've just never heard anyone say Aldino is their favorite Mega. Anyways, here is the top level of the island. Now, right here is a sign saying the Battle Frontier project has started, but don't worry, well, I guess do worry, because no matter what you do, it's never going to get finished in this game. I know this is, like, some of people's biggest gripes about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is that they just teased you with the Battle Frontier. The only other thing to do up here is come over and talk to this lady. She runs this thing called a Whismer show, and basically there's 4 Whismer. She's going to tell you which one has the item, and they're going to do their little dance or whatever. So it's the one on the far left. You know, this is the classic, like, oh, I put a ball under a cup, see if you can follow the cup and see which one has the ball in it. Now it just went over to the far right. Honestly, they're not moving too fast. I think it's now the second one. Nope, it's, okay, now it's, okay, I should just wait till the end. But I have been focused. I still have my eyes on it. And where's it going? It's far right still. It's still the far right. Pretty sure it's still the far right. Not anymore. Okay, I think it's the far left. I think it's literally the same position that it started in. And if I get this wrong, this is going to be kind of embarrassing. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is just a big mushroom. And was I right? I was wrong? Seriously? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's just pretend like y'all never saw that happen. But yeah, that's really it for the Battle Resort. We have that place all covered. So now what we're going to do is actually go take on the entirety of the SS Tidal. Now, this is completely optional. As y'all saw, you don't even need to fight trainers or really be on the boat in order to get to the Battle Resort. But I'm definitely gonna do it as a part of this episode, and I kind of forget where the harbor is. I think it's all the way over here, right? In Lily Cove City. I'm so used to slate ports. And yeah, there'll be some trainers here. I'll probably cut out a few battles. There's some items to get as well. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's kind of crazy. We'll be, you know, next episode we'll be just handling the legendaries, and that is about it. So let me hit Slateport City this time. I think that's how this works. Hopefully it's not only Slateport to Lily Cove. Let's see here. It is. Okay, nice. So, yeah, you're going to be on the ship, and I forget what, like, the requirement is in order to, you know, arrive at your destination. We'll start by fighting this guy, by the way. Yeah, just explore the different cabins. There's a couple of notable items on here, too, that I'll be sure to pick up. Really, all, like, 3 of the 4 items are good to grab. But yeah, I don't know if you have to beat all the trainers, or maybe you just gotta, like, rest in your room and heal up your team, and then, you know, you'll all of a sudden arrive in a Slateport City. I'm not too sure. And Rapidash is wasting our time going for bounce. Of course it is, man. But either way, I'm gonna fight all the trainers. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can always just jump overboard if you want. No, I'm just kidding. They wouldn't let you do that in a Pokemon game. I think that really only happened in, like, the manga, I remember. Because isn't that when, like, Red's Poliwhirl evolves into Poliwrath? Actually, no, it happens in the anime, too, doesn't it, though? Yeah, I think it does, huh? Because there's the whole, you know, the Gyarados thing. I remember that. I do indeed remember that. But, yeah, in the meantime, I'm still recording this video about a week before it's even going to go up. Actually, over a week. But that's fine. We're just staying ahead of the game. College football has started again, which is always a good time of year. You know, that's the... I've probably said this plenty of times before, but that's the, you know, good thing about the fall coming back. And, like, you know, I know it stinks to go back to school, but man, for me, I mean, college football's back, and we already had week 0 this past weekend, and we had some wild, you know, games and stuff happen, and I'm just getting fully paralyzed all the time here, apparently. So, you know, it's been great. I'm looking forward to this Labor Day weekend. I get that Monday off too. You know, I get Labor Day off, so I'm gonna have a bit of a longer weekend, which is very nice. All right, next person. I don't know. We're gonna go to Grumpig at this stage in the game. I'm just using whoever I decide to use, whoever's gonna be best for the upcoming fight. And I think we're just gonna start with the top row here of cabins. This rich guy right here is gonna have a Furfrou. Furfrou does seem like the type of Pokemon that these rich people would use. They'll drop like $600 on like their haircuts. I mean, look at this dude. He's got like the star-shaped haircut or whatever you call this. So, nah, they're crazy out here. They're crazy out here. But yeah, after this, I'm gonna record a glazed episode as well. And then I will have to do a little bit of homework. Just got to finish up an assignment. Fortunately, I already got started on it earlier, so I don't have too much left. But as I said, back in school, you know, it's about that time. Man, I'm just worried, though, that, like, I'm about to get a knock at my door or something when I'm recording or streaming. And it's going to be like an eviction notice because I'm just being too loud. But I feel like I'm not. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. Only time will tell. All right, here's Drake, by the way. Actually, no, this is Mr. Briny, my bad. Well, no, this is Drake and Mr. Briny. Yeah, this is where Briny kind of, you know, Drake's done sailing ships and whatnot. So Mr. Briny is taking over, which is cool. You know, he's leveled up from his little boat that we took to Dewford Town back at the beginning of the game. And now he's driving the SS Tidal, so good for Mr. Briny, you know. He's my dog, okay? He deserves it. Let's go ahead and do this double battle right here, though. Real quick. Might as well. Little young couple, probably on like a honeymoon or something. Actually, no, probably not, because why would you take the SS Tidal just to go from like Slateport to Lily Cove? You'd at least want to go to like the Battle Resort or something, I would imagine. And okay, this isn't the best, you know, combo here, because can't even hit these guys with Shadow Ball because they're both the normal types, and we're getting crit. Ain't that lovely? But yeah, no, I've got some people in my live stream chat saying like they don't start school until like almost the end of September, and I'm like, man, must be nice, bro. I've already been back for like a week and a half, even longer by the time this video goes up. Also, wait, why did I go for Power Gem? What am I doing? See, it's been too long without me recording an episode, and I'm losing my mind. And there's Swagger. Oh, dude. I'm a special attacker too. It's not like it even helps me at all. But I don't get confused because of my own tempo. Yo, that's probably like the 3rd time in this series where I have forgotten that Grumpig has that ability. That's pretty nice though. So you know what? Hey, use Swagger and Flatter all y'all want on my Grumpig, man. But yeah, no, I feel like most of those people who say like most of the people who don't go back to school until like mid or end of September, I feel like usually they stay in school till like June, like middle of June. And that's just wild to me. But I'm glad I don't gotta be in school in June, because June to me is like peak summertime, I'm just like borderline 100 degrees outside. And you could not catch me going to school in that heat. Even though August sometimes does dish out that same temperature. Anyways, finally the double battle is done, so that's good. I do think you do have your own cabin here to heal up and stuff. I'm hoping we do, because I'm running low on psychics. But you know what? We'll throw Swalot to the front. He's been the lowest level on the team for a while, mainly because he didn't really get a whole lot of action in the, in the Elite Four, I don't think. Alright, there is a Mega Stone out here on the front, and you know what? It's kind of cool. You can even see, like, the ship moving in the water. Yeah, this is the Mega Stone for Blastoise. Fitting you'd find it out here in the open ocean. And, I don't know, these people are just chilling on the outside. No lounge chairs or anything, just regular wooden chairs. Drake is up here aura farming at the front, and you can talk to him, but he doesn't really have a whole lot to say. And yeah, no matter how long you stand outside on the deck, you're never gonna arrive until, you finally do what you need to do. Went ahead and took down 2 trainers here. The guy in this cabin just had I already forgot. Yeah, 3 Delcatties. And the lady in here had a Persian. So let's move on to cabin number like 7 or whichever one this is. Yeah, that lady also used a full restore. I mean, bro, seriously? Like, what are we doing? We're almost done with the main floor, though, of the ship. There's a little basement section. Down there's going to be a couple more trainers. And a really good held item that I don't think it's been available until this point in the game, unless this is like the second one we're getting. And here we go, we're getting hit with another 2-turn attack. Skydrop's kind of that weird move where, like, if the Pokemon's too heavy, I don't think you can actually, I think it'll fail. And we are a rock type, but I guess Macargo, I mean, yeah, to be fair, he's not the heaviest looking rock type, so, at the end of the day, he is just a slug. I don't know how Braviary's picking him up, though, not because of the weight, but because of the heat. I mean, what is it, like 4,000 degrees or something is what the Pokédex entries say for Macargo, I think, so, nah, that's crazy. Alright, down goes Braviary. And, oh man, like, half my team's still kind of beaten up, but I think this last cabin is where we can heal up. So, we should be good to put Sceptile back to the front, even though he is paralyzed. Watch me just get, like, ambushed in here, though. Nah, it looks pretty empty over there. And this dude just cut me off. Wow, okay, that was rude. So rude, man. No, there's a Bug Maniac in here. Okay, what do? Do you give us something? Yeah, you do. You give us the TM for Embargo. Alright, Embargo's that move that, I guess, I don't really know. When would you use Embargo? Because it's not like you're using items in the VGC. Only against, like, gym leaders and Elite Four members, so they can't just spam full restores, I guess. That's really the only thing I can think of. Here is the basement, though. We've got a backpacker who says he's from the Unova region, which is cool. He'll give you the Sharp Beak, gonna boost flying type attacks. And we have a couple sailors down here. These guys are like, the storage workers. You don't really see them a whole lot. They're working like behind the scenes on the ship. So, hey, we gotta appreciate their work though, These guys go like unnoticed, you know what I'm saying? Their team, however, they can be tossed to the side. Even though I am weak to poison, so who knows? Quillfish might do something. Okay, nah, just take down. I'm fine with that. And yeah, I guess you don't have a cabin here to heal up at. Which is pretty interesting, but is what it is. I'd say the, Mega Blastoise Stone is probably the most important item on the ship. But this last one's going to be pretty solid as well, so definitely worth checking out the entire thing. Looks like we'll get a level up against this Machamp, by the way, so that's always nice. Can't complain about that. And actually, Grumpig, I think, is going to be tied with Sceptile now. Maybe I should try to get Sceptile up like one more level, just because, it would be fitting for the starter to be the highest level by the end of this playthrough, because really these are some of the last trainer battles we're doing. I'm not going to rematch the Elite Four or anything. Speaking of that, one more thing on that. The Elite Four, if you rematch the Elite Four and Champion, and then end up in Little Root Town again, you'll be able to go to Route 101 and help Professor Birch one last time to choose one of the Sinnoh starters. And as much as I would love to grab Turtwig, I've never really rematched the leagues in any of the walkthroughs. Because usually, you know, it's just for fun and extra experience. I guess here you do unlock, you know, the Sinnoh starters, but, hey, I told y'all that info, you know, maybe I'll leave it as a little surprise to y'all. I do know that the levels are, like, in the 70s, I think, for the Elite Four Champions, so a lot higher than they were the first time around. Honestly, I'd probably lose at my current levels, so maybe it's a good thing I'm not rematching them. And wow, even with a Tailwind, I still outspent Pelipper. Golly, I don't know, that kind of shows how slow my own Pelipper is. Alright, so I think the item's kind of hidden behind this back crate over here. And yeah, there it is. It's going to be the leftovers. Yeah, very solid held item. Going to heal up, what is it, like 1/16 of your total HP, I'm pretty sure. So that will basically do it for the SS Tidal, though. I can't remember. Do you talk to this guy again? Rest up in your cabin? Oh, you know what? No, we have been in my cabin. It's cabin number 2 right here? No, it's the one over from this. That's what it is. Alright, so apparently I walked in here before and just didn't see it. Yeah, let's rest up, and I think this should bring us to Slateport City. Okay, I don't need to take 2, though. I really don't need to take 2. I'm good, trust me. 1 is enough. Is there such a thing as overhealing your Pokemon? And there we go. So, yeah, you can go ahead and talk to the sailor at the front again and arrive in Slateport City. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Kind of a longer one, but we covered a lot of things. Basically the rest of the postgame. Next time, our legendary spree begins. For now, though, hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. And until then, deuces.